Meeting is being recorded.
Hello everyone, welcome to this YouTube video. So in this video, I'm going to do the nutritional science 630 class carbohydrate online post. And for here, we are going to discuss how carbohydrate we eat provide energy to our body. And I'm going to focus on the skeletal muscle in this presentation. So first, let's take a look on this graph. Here is a person who is eating the high carbohydrate containing food. So let's take a look on the food right here. You can imagine this is a sugar or rice or some food contains a lot of carbohydrate. So after this guy eats this food, it will goes to your stomach and then goes to your intestine and then break down and provide energy. How that happens? So first, after you eat carbohydrate will break down the carbohydrate such as glycogen, fructose, something like that, will break down into the glucose, and then glucose will finally transport into your small intestine right here, and then the glucose in your small intestine will then goes into the blood vessel. So I want to mention GLUT2 here, very important glucose transporter at the intestine, helps the glucose transport into the blood vessel from the small intestine. So after the glucose transport into the vessel, it can be distributed into many different organs, brains, heart, and for here, I want to focus on the skeletal muscle because it's very important. So let's take a look on here. This is muscle and this is blood vessel. So in general, the glucose inside of the blood vessel will finally goes into the skeletal muscle. And as we know, after we finish eating, the insulin level will be increased inside our body. And insulin could help to decrease the blood glucose level and increase the skeletal muscle glucose uptake. But how the glucose from the blood vessel transport into the skeletal muscle? Let's take a look on this graph. So this is a skeletal muscle. Let's zoom into this part on the membrane right here. So on the membrane, we got an insulin receptor. And after we ate a lot of carbohydrate or sugar, the insulin secretion will increase, and then the insulin will bind to the insulin receptor. And after many steps, I'm not going to list every step here, just try to make it simple to understand. The GLUT4 goes up to the membrane, and then this will allow the glucose to be transported into the skeletal muscle. So, and I want to mention something right here, like with exercise. So acute exercise could help to increase the phosphorylation of AS160 and increase the insulin-stimulated glucose uptake. So even an acute exercise could increase the insulin-stimulated glucose uptake immediately and keep for the next 48 hours. So what happened after glucose be transported into the skeletal muscle? Well, it can either store as a glycogen inside of the muscle, or it can directly be break down and generate ATP to serve as energy. So this is how the carbohydrates we eat in the end provide energy in skeletal muscle. Thank you.